Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hit Fantasy, your top source for cricket analysis and commentary. Today I'm joined by Rahul and Nanesh, and a very special guest. Not many players can say they took a wicket on their very first ball in their professional T20 debut, but that's exactly what this man did on his very first ball in Major League Cricket. Karthik Gattepalli of LA Knight Riders. Thanks for joining us today, Karthik, and a huge congrats to you on your MLC debut. We'll get to some questions about the whole experience in general. But I have to ask, how did it feel to compete at such a high level on debut? Because all three of us were just very impressed with how you hung in there and had such an impact in your very first game.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a lot of build up to that game. Meaning, it was a lot of prep work and all of that. And uh, usually it's like when you study well for an exam, you usually don't really worry about the result. So that's kind of what I would say with my game as well. Obviously, it was an opportunity that I was waiting from game one. But it was the nerves were definitely there. Bowling that first ball. But there was a lot of good support from the team. There was a lot of everyone really trusted my ability to bowl in the power play, so that really helped. And then we had a great coaching staff as well. So one of the assistant coaches, Carl Crow, he was helping with my spin bowling and stuff. So he's been very advocate about like bowling in the power play and what line lengths and all that. So it was really just about sticking to the process and just nailing what I know best and not really worry about what would happen. Uh, and then yeah, I guess things went my way. Alex Hales took an incredible catch. Another day that could have just gone over him or might have tipped his hand. So I have to thank him for that ticket as well. But yeah, I think in a nutshell it was it's something you just want to relive again and again because it was just a great moment, not just for me but for everyone that's kind of backed me back home and even in the support staff as well. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, all sportsmen definitely do need that bit of magic going their way in order to make it big. And we're so glad that, you had that rub of the green and you bowled magnificently well that game as well. So, yeah, talking about the LA Knight Riders, I know the season did not go, as planned for the team, but personally must have been like an outstanding experience just rubbing shoulders with like a fellow GOAT spinner like Sunil Narayan and, a champion bowler like DJ Bravo. So just tell us a bit about, what you gained from, interacting with them and, such legends of the game.
Yeah, they're all very simple in the sense that they know what they want to extract out of their skill set and what they want us to kind of do on the field as well. So in our team meetings and all of that, Bravo's a great person in terms of getting the best out of people. I think he's great at talking to people and just being good at just getting the best interests of each and every person.
Mhm.
And obviously at this level, you have to be good to be there. So they just kind of trust your ability and then try to make sure you feel in a comfortable environment, and that's something I think Night Riders does across maybe not just here, even in the IPL or any other franchise. And I think that's one thing that's great, because yeah, we didn't have a great season, but it was the bonding between the players and how I guess they took care of us was really phenomenal. So I can only imagine if we had won or if we had done really well, how much more cooler it would have been as an experience. But I think it was a surreal experience for sure. Not just with Sue and Ryan, but there's people like Andre Russell there as well, like Jason Holder. So it was really nice.
Yeah, Karthik, I just have one more question. Like you're saying, you had one question is, what was the most insightful conversation you had at the LAKR camp, and who was it with? And if you could share that on camera, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing that was really insightful for me was probably on the first day of my camp. Obviously, when you're playing cricket and not that all these other open tournaments are as like not important, but you're always trying to make an impact. You're always trying to make sure that you do well. You're pushing yourself, like if you're batting or bowling. One thing, we call him GB, Gibran, so he's our fielding coach. So he told us that, in franchise cricket, it's all about how you want to be managed as well. So you should really understand, and if you want to bowl, you bowl. If you want to field, you field. You do what you think is best for you. And so you got to really understand your own, I guess, like how you feel, like if you feel like you've batted well and you're good, you're good. You don't need to bat the hour, like for example's sake of nets or whatever. So and I like to put the example of, like sometimes you might be good in like in an exam, you might be good in a particular topic, so you might not need to spend as much time compared to something else. And so that's kind of something new for me, because I thought they would give me like template of, like, okay, do this, this, and this. But it was more of, hey, what do you need? How do we cater to your needs? Get the best for you. So that was a bit of an eye opener for me. But I think, that's how it is at this professional level, because everyone is there for a reason, and I'm sure, that's the same case with everyone else as well.
Yeah, I feel like you had a good experience at the LA camp. But let's take a like few steps back. Let's look at NCL. How much of a role did NCL play in your like advancement of your journey in cricket journey? There also you played with the greats like Robin Uthappa, Chris Lynn, and many other like Shreyas Raina. Also, you played against him. So how did NCL help in your cricketing journey?
Yeah, I mean, NCL was a huge eye opener for me. One, because I think it really gave me that confidence or that boost of like, oh, I can belong in this level. Uh, Obviously, the format is such that where, you're going to get blasted in every other ball, or that's how it's a little bit of a batsman friendly game. At least I'll take a bit of a bias. But it was great because, one, sometimes you don't expect that you do as well as you do, and then once you do, you're like, oh, okay, this is in me. That's something that I can do. So it really gave me a moral boost, more than anything else. That, okay, like, if I keep continuing to train the way I am, uh, you know it can be anything. I could reach anywhere that I can, given the right amount of training and hard work. So that was a big eye opener, and it was, it just felt really good because, I never thought I'd play in my own college as well. That kind of just happened, and that was a really beautiful feeling as well. Playing the final in front of a home crowd, you could say. So that was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was you did an outstanding job in that tournament. Like, we watched the finals live as well, and you mean, I remember one, like I think you took like a stunning catch that day as well, and you bowled amazingly well. So yeah, I we were really impressed that a UTD a person from UTD was playing this well, and then being able to compete and better a lot of international stars who have played the game. So I mean, that was magnificent. But let's go back to that finals day. Winning the MVP, getting an award from the legend Sachin Tendulkar's hands. I mean, we read online
Mhm.
that Sachin is one of your favorite players. And how did that moment feel? Like, even us thinking about it just feels like out of this world. How did it feel for you?
I mean, I think, look, he's a legend of the game. So anyone, whether it be as a cricketer or, I think even if it's as a businessman or whatever it is, if you have the chance to shake a man of that caliber, it obviously is it's a great moment. I think it's something you would like to keep with you for the rest of your life. And no, it was again a great moment. And it's again, I think when you get to that level, all the greats that have done well, they kind of all are similar in one sense, which is like they're very humble. They kind of understand what the grind does, meaning, sometimes you might have a great day, sometimes you don't. And so they really understand that. So uh like, for example, like Robert Thuppa was very supportive. He was just like, just keep going, like, just, he was very happy with, I think there was a couple of the game before I actually made my debut in NCL. I came in as a sub fielder, and I was just trying to do whatever I can on the field, just trying to, save boundaries and stuff. I think, and that was the first thing he told me, was like, I really like that effort. That I think those are the things that they want to see. And when you're putting in that effort, I think more often than not, good things will come your way. Like for example, Alex Hale's taking that blinder of a catch again. Sometimes when you're very honest about your work, some things can help you in that sense as well. So I really believe in that.
Karthik, I have one more question. So, NCO happened at your college ground. So, how did you feel to play in front of your like college mates and probably a lot of your classmates too, right? And how did your family feel, and how much of a role did your family play in your cricket journey?
Yeah, look, I mean, from since I was a kid, and me being a kid is way I'm going back to when I was in Australia. So that's where I got my cricketing, the love for the game, you could say. So they've been very, very supportive. They've always, pushed me, like let me do what I wanted to do, even if it wasn't cricket. They would be, I think, just as supportive, and so that's something that I'm just very proud of having. I'm just grateful for them, to be honest. And yeah, they're very, very happy. I think even, it's something that you don't expect it to happen the way it did, but then when it did, it's like, we just want to savor the moment and just enjoy it as much as we can. And yeah, they're very proud of that. The NCO journey. But I think just as much with the MLC journey as well. They're just as happy, just as proud, and I think obviously every kid wants to get to that point where they keep making their parents proud, since they've done so many sacrifices for you, to get to where you are, get to where I am now at least, and yeah, it's a nice thing to have.
Yeah, I mean, I'm certain you've made your parents proud with this incredible journey, especially over this past year, since NCL kind of catapulted you into the limelight in a sense. But you mentioned it, living in Australia. So that time in Australia in your youth, it's a environment that's conducive to cricket. I mean, people in Australia, they're all about cricket. So how did that time, in particular, influence and kind of pique your interest in the sport in general? You briefly mentioned that.
Um, we'll see. Like, I think I was always a very sports driven kid. Like I have a younger brother who's very academic driven, and then I'm a very sports driven guy. So I think I just had a love for sports. I think sports was always something that kind of made me feel alive from a young age. And in Australia, we had the single AFL, Aussie Rules Football. So that was a winter sport that we used to play,
Mhm.
more or less, and then cricket was a summer sport. And obviously, I think with the Indian heritage, cricket was obviously when there was an India series. I remember the 2008 India series was like it was that was the first time where I really got into cricket. Because I remember like dad coming back from work, and then he'd pick me up from school, and we put on the TV, and there used to be a tea session going on the last 2 hours of play. So we used to watch it, and I used to be very fascinated with the way, like, the bowlers bowling the ball, uh, just the way, everything about like Test cricket. I think it's a beautiful format of the game. I really enjoy it. So that's kind of where I found the interest, and then once I started to play, and then realized that I was good at it, better than other things. I was like, okay, maybe we should try to pursue it before we made a huge jump across countries to move here. So, but I still kept it with me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say that it's like it's fascinating. I mean, I think you're referring to like that 2008 India Australia series. I remember like there's like all over YouTube. I think that was that one spell Ishant Sharma bowled to Ricky Ponting. I mean, that
Mhm.
was fascinating. Like that's one thing I remember I watched on YouTube highlights. So yeah, same. I think Test cricket is the pinnacle. No matter how many formats come, Test cricket is
Yeah,
something that is just so fun to watch. 5 days, two teams going at each other continuously. I mean, right now
yeah.
I'm watching the India England Test series, and that's been fascinating as well. So, yeah,
Karthik, I know I keep taking you back to UTD, but how did UTD shape you into getting being a better cricketer? And I think you're part of a Comet Cricket Club too. So how did that help you become a better cricketer and playing with your classmates with there?
I think cricket in general, and uh, when I moved here, I realized was bigger than just a game. And the reason why I say that is, a lot of recreational cricketers that play here are honestly, there's a lot of talent here. And then, UTD is none better. There's a, I've met a lot. I played against a lot of people through college cricket in UTD who are, very skilled. I mean, obviously, for example, Saurav Netrwalkar was also a guy that came through or has played college cricket at some point in his life as well. So it does shape you in a way where uh, you're networking as well. And it's bigger than the game in that sense, where you meet new people. You understand things about how people's journeys are, what they've done to get here, and end of the day, cricket is, I think, so apart for most people, the most cricketers, where they just feel themselves. They're like, for example, college cricket. A lot of people, we used to travel to regional tournaments, whether it be to Houston or Florida, and a lot of these guys used to travel on their own expenses for their colleges, just because they love the game. And it's very nice to see that, because end of the day, you I play because I love the game.
Hmm.
And sometimes that's bigger than the game itself. So that's one thing that I really learned playing for UTD, the finding the love of the game, really enjoying myself, irrespective of, maybe it might not seem as big as NCL. When we played on the same ground years ago, I'm sure the intensity was just as much, but just without the crowds and the lights. But the love was definitely there for the game, and I really reconnected with that.
Yeah, I mean, that part of your cricketing journey was something that came out of college itself. But in general, in the US, cricket, it's not as big as a lot of other sports. So you've been playing cricket for a while before it became a big thing in the United States. It's ever since the World Cup, it's certainly grown. But how do you keep the willpower to keep powering on, especially when, in general, it's not as popular as most other sports in the US?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's actually a question that I've been asked a few times. Just like family, friends, and stuff from a kid. And I think at a young age, one thing that I kind of advocated, or I just wanted to like kind of preach, you could say, was that I'm doing what I want to do because I like doing it. Sometimes there's gonna be people that are gonna not hate necessarily, or just let me say, they won't understand why you're doing some things. It's as simple as my mom. She stopped working to take care of me and my brother. Uh, Maybe someone might not understand why, why you're doing that. You can do something else for your career and all that. But sometimes it's, her doing that helped me be the person I am today, or my brother be the person I am today, or even my dad be the person he is today, because you make certain things, and she loved doing that. She loved being there for us the same way. Playing cricket made me feel whole. I think, like I said, the love for the sport is just, it's real, it's there. So uh it's something that I just took. Like, I remember when we moved from Australia to here, I remember taking my first cricket bat that my dad bought me with me, and being like, this is probably the only thing I can connect back with Australia, because at that time I didn't think cricket would be how it is now, or even remotely close to what it is now. So I thought that would be a way for me to at least connect back. But I'm glad that I stuck to it, even though, obviously there used to be the occasional, oh, cricket, like, why are we playing that? Like in high school, like, oh, that's just a knockoff version of baseball. But I feel it's the other way around. But uh it's just the when you like something, you should just do it. I think it doesn't really matter what other people think. No one in the world is gonna love everything. So if you like something, you just go with it.
Yeah, Karthik, I think we can really relate to cricket is just baseball because in our schooling journey also we heard a lot of those comments. But yeah, that was some real dedication from you to keep playing cricket in USA. But now that cricket is finally picking up in USA too, what would you say to the young players in the US who are trying to get up the ranks?
Look, just like maybe a bit of like info on the top of that is so I'm actually part of an academy as well. I'm a coach in an academy called Mustangs Cricket Academy. So, across the Dallas Metroplex, there's a lot of interest, like a lot of kids that really want to play cricket, that want to pursue it in their best interest to get to the league. So I think it's definitely growing fast and quick, especially with leagues like MLC. And I think this year was a great example. People really loved the sport. Everyone really got themselves involved in the game, kids especially. I think it's just that like you got to take obviously those steps. For example, how we have in basketball or NFL, where you have through college, you got like NCAA and stuff like that. I know cricket it is happening. We do have college cricket, but I think once we start getting that incorporated in like high schools, and things of that nature, it's only gonna fast track its way through. I mean, we have it in the Olympics now in 2028, so it's not like it doesn't exist. It does definitely exist. I think it's just a matter of time before it really takes off, and kind of, you never know, it might even be the sport that America really loves more than anything else at some point. So yeah, it's there. There's a lot of interesting kids, a lot of talent in these young kids. I mean, it's insane. Like, you know, I would even say that maybe they could be a next big thing, not only in America, across leagues as well. With the facilities we have, we're getting a lot of good facilities. We have places like Prairie View Cricket Complex, which has a lot of grounds, like turf cricket grounds. So there is exposure, and given the way US has been done, like in the recent World Cup, the sky's the limit, honestly.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, relating to what you said, just wanted to ask your opinion. Like, what do you think the future of cricket in the US is looking like? Do you think a lot of, middle schools, high schools will incorporate, cricket into their athletics like football, basketball, or like regulars? Do you think cricket would become something like that in the near future in schools around the US? So yeah, how do you see that going, and how do you see cricket picking up in such a rapid way, especially after the MLC and the T20 World Cup?
Um, yeah. So I think going off of what I was saying before, so there is definitely a rise in cricket. I think, for example, if I might be wrong on the details, but I think Frisco ISD has taken up cricket as a sport in their school system. I believe in elementary school, if I'm not wrong. But it's slowly picking up. I think obviously there's a lot of it's a very like Asian dominant sport. Is what people say, but I think once we start kind of incorporating it with the American way of sports, like living big in Texas and stuff like that. I think it's only gonna, I think sport is an easiest way to kind of mix cultures together as well. That's the beauty of sport, is what I feel. So I think if you're able to get that incorporated or assimilated with the way Americans play, NFL, baseball or soccer, or anything, I think that's when that cricket is going to be here to stay, and it's going to, not take over, but really dominate in terms of the interest, fanfare, and whatnot.
I mean, I certainly agree with you. Cricket definitely has that entertainment value to really pique people's interests, especially with the Olympics coming. Cricket's going to be played in the United States in LA, so most definitely, I completely agree with you there with how the school systems might pick it up. I'll ask you quick questions, and you give me like a 5 to 10 second answer. So let's get started. If you were to choose a cricket player from any era to play with, who would it be?
Yeah, it would probably be Sachin. I think I'd pick his brain every second I get. He probably knows too much about the game, so I'll try to do the best I can.
I completely Understand that. What would be your dream venue to take a fiver at anywhere in the world?
A tough one. I'd like to say Lords. I think it's just like the home of cricket, you know. This sounds good.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. Who is your dream wicket to take?
Dream wicket. Think about this one. That's a tough question.
It can be any retired player also. Anyone.
Yeah, then let's just say Sachin. You know, like the goat. Have him in my pocket would be nice.
You'd have to work hard for that one, I'll tell you that much.
Very much.
This is about the LA Knight Riders. Who is the funniest player in the dressing room, you think?
Oh, there's a lot of funny people.
I'm sure, yeah.
Andre Fletcher is one of the funniest. I think he's like the core of the team. I would say like he was great, and it's surprising, but even Sunil Narayan is a pretty funny guy as well. When he says something, sometimes it's very hard to not laugh. It's really funny.
I mean, he's always keeping a straight face at the camera, but I'm sure he's pretty funny.
It's not always the case, he's a very nice guy, very very funny guy, very jovial guy. So it's not always.
Which venue is your favorite out of all the ones you played at here? I mean, you played at the one game in Florida, but which one do you think is the best venue out of all three?
Definitely the Dallas one. I mean, I think it's. I remember walking by, doing my rounds with water for the boys, and I think the far side, not the one near the dugout. I think it was around. I want to say around 7:38. There was like a beautiful light. It's just like a purple sky,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that it looks incredible. Honestly, I don't know if TV really shows it as great as it feels, but it's really nice. I really really liked it. It was great. Cali was also like the Coliseum was incredible. I felt like an athlete for sure when I got into the Coliseum. It was huge. I could only imagine those 50,000 people, like the pressure that anyone would have been through. But I think Dallas, it's home. It's just yeah, it just feels right to play cricket there.
I thought you'd say Florida since it seemed like the most bowler-friendly conditions out of all the three. But yeah, I do agree. Yeah, Dallas. Yeah, we've been to that stadium. It's amazing, and yeah, it's been around the whole MLC. Yeah, it's been fantastic.
It's great. I think in terms of an experience as well, because I remember going to the first MLC final, and like it's like Puran hit an amazing 100 that game
Yeah.
to win it in the finals, and yeah, it's just nice. Like you get a good feel. You feel the crowd there. The ground's like amazing. It's a great place to play cricket. I'm sure in the near future we'll get more and more bigger, better, and yeah. So just looking forward to that.
Yeah, I certainly agree with you. This is a little unrelated question, but if you were to choose somebody to play you in a biopic, who would it be? Any actor?
I haven't gone that far yet. I'll probably just do it myself. Maybe save all of that
Hey,
Budget for the
time and
producer.
effort.
I'm sure you got the
Honestly, I don't know.
acting chops also.
That should be rapid fire for you guys. I should ask you guys that question.
Hey, any thoughts, Nanesh, Rahul?
Uh,
Uh,
I I think Danush would do a good job.
yeah.
All right, you
Yeah,
heard it here.
Yeah.
Nani, he's already done cricket movie Jersey. Nani might fit the bill.
That I don't know if that's a bit too much.
Oh man. Hey, I mean, you heard it
That's
here
nice. That's
first. When the movie is created, hit these guys up. Uh,
I mean, the way your career is picking up, you never know, it could happen very soon.
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, like
Yeah,
you want to go ahead?
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like it's it's just just a start of the journey.
Yeah.
So my coach, his name is Dandapani Devarasan, and he I remember him telling me that like you're once like after NCL and everything, it's like it's up to you. Your book can be now 1 page or it can be 1,000 pages.
Mm.
It's up to you how much you want to write in it now. So uh, that's something that's really stuck with me now. And so I'm just it's all about sticking to that process and trusting yourself. And then there's also I remember reading a quote. I forgot who said it, but the quote was basically, "Winners make mistakes, losers never do because they never try."
Mm,
So that's a it's a motto that it's I like to live by, because it's true. You're gonna make mistakes at some point, but if you can learn from it, then there's nothing like it.
absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. We truly hope that your career is filled with as many pages, colorful pages as possible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you guys.
All right. A couple more questions. What's your favorite format? I mean, based on what you were saying, we can kind of infer, but Test, T20,
Yeah,
one day.
test. I think test. It's like slow poison, but once you get into it, it's like it's great. You
Yeah, like
can't miss
many
it.
greats said too, like test is like your life. Like basically
Yeah,
you keep trying and trying and trying and one day you'll succeed. Basically.
yeah,
I
Mm.
mean,
yeah.
yeah,
But
especially in the recent, yeah, sorry, you can go on.
no, go on, go on, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, especially in the recent days, like, with a lot of captains trying to like force the result, try to get more results rather than play out draws, it's been so much more entertaining. Like, Ben Stokes has been a flag bearer for Test cricket, Virat Kohli, these
Mhm.
guys are just trying to keep Test cricket alive, and it's
Mm.
just so fun to watch, 5 days of intense Test cricket. So yeah, I completely agree with you on that as well.
Yeah, no, it's I think the purest format for the sport. But T20 is where this is it's a lot of fun as well. The pressures there, it's a lot more colorful in the sense there's boundaries, there's so many things happening, there's lights, there's all these amazing things as well. But if given a chance, if you tell me that I can play Test cricket for the US in sometime in the future, I think that would be that would be a really cool moment. You never know,
Yeah,
maybe it might happen.
yeah,
If
really hope US can become a destination member.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and with the way
Yeah,
it's
that's
growing
sick.
in the States, I really hope like within the next uh 20, 30 years that's
Few years.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. If This is an unrelated question to the T20 format of the game, but if you could choose any team to play with in the IPL, which one would it be?
Mm-hmm. Oh, KKR for sure. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Oh
I
yeah.
think all
Um,
the KKR management is listening to you.
Yeah.
Hey
no,
guys.
I think I've been I mean obviously I've followed them since a kid. I've um just enjoyed the brand of cricket. Obviously the way they've won in recent times, and how they kind of put themselves. And yeah, since I kind of have an understanding with their management as well, it just makes me all the more reason to be with them. But we'll see. You never know. Life's funny.
Hey, with that, can I say, I think your favorite person to play your biopic should be Shah Rukh Khan then.
Yeah, just do the pose for the opening credits, huh?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh man.
Yeah, but yeah, I just thought of one more question. So like if there's one rule change you could make to cricket that would, help the bowlers in some way, what would it be? Because right now
Uh,
it seems like it's, yeah, like you said, it's a very batsman oriented game, and the pitches are flat, boundaries are like 60, 70 meters. There's like so many
mm-hmm.
200 plus scores like all around the world. What would you do to,
Uh-huh.
give some assistance to the bowlers, help yourself pick up some more wickets?
Hmm. That's a good question, actually. There were a few things. I think uh, not controversial, but I think even in the MLC, there was a few times that it came about. Like for example, like wide being given just outside the leg stump. It's very
Mm.
marginal. I remember one of the games where it was really close, and Ali was bowling around the wicket to a righty, so he was trying to target the wide line on the off stump. And then it was very close, and they were calling it wide. So I think those are maybe a few things if they be a little bit more lenient for a bowler, just give something for the bowlers as well. Um, but yeah, maybe those are like the only things that I can see because apart from that, if you look at it in terms of T20 cricket, you really, unless you're like me, who I really enjoy like the games that are 120, and then the teams are playing nail and tooth to get that 120. But the high scoring games are what's most enjoyable. Like the 200 plus scores where people are hitting boundaries, playing these big shots and stuff. So. Yeah, it's really give and take on what you're looking for, but I think if you can give those two things just a bit more
Yeah,
lenient in terms of the wide line and stuff, it gives a bit more leeway, something for the bowlers to get out as
yeah.
well. But yeah, I'll let that be decided by the decision makers of the tournament.
Yeah, I know you're a spinner, but like one thing I've always thought about is like why do we limit bowlers to only like two bouncers or something like that? If a batter can play the same shot multiple times, why can't a bowler
Mm-hmm.
bowl a bouncer more than two times in an over? Like that's something I really don't understand. It's almost like taking the freedom away from the bowler on what they can bowl. That's
True.
something I was like,
If I could bowl a bouncer like that, I would definitely vouch for that.
Kunal Pandya.
Unfortunately, I don't
Ask
have
Kunal
that yet.
Pandya.
Yeah, I should hit him up. Hey, how do I bowl a bouncer with two steps? But no, that's you never know. Maybe I'll try to get that up in my skill set at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's the only spinner I've seen bowl bouncers like that. But yeah, something that's very interesting.
He's a smart bowler. Right? He did amazing in the IPL.
All right, well, that's the end of the quick hits section. Uh, let's move on to the future. That's what's going to be coming up here. So, your rise over the past year has been really inspiring. But what's next for you? What are your goals for the next year? Will we see a Karthik debut for the U.S. national team? Uh, so, what's the plan?
Um, right now, my main focus is the next tournament. So we have minor league that's coming up, which is the essence for MLC. So uh, that's something that I'm looking forward to, and then obviously give whatever opportunities come my way, I'll obviously grab it with both hands. And then obviously playing for the country would be a great feeling for sure. It'd be nice. I've waited 8 years, so since my under 19, to make have that happen. But things will happen on its own time. I just like to just stick to what I know best, and things will eventually, hopefully, land in my plate at some point. But if I do get a chance, I'd be really, really, that'd be a great feeling. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see what the selectors think and what they want to do.
Yeah, I mean, there is a T20 World Cup happening in India next year, so really hope that, you continue putting in the hard work like you have been and things will just fall in place. And yeah, we're really hoping the best for you and, your career just keeps growing leaps and bounds.
Thank you very much.
One question is, T20 World Cup is coming up, right? If
Mhm.
I'm hoping you get in the team, and you play against the India or Australia, and Australia being the nation that you started watching cricket from, how would you feel to
Mhm.
like bowl against that country? What would be something running in your mind then? I mean, I know it's a future question, but just yeah.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about getting to the USA team, playing, and then playing against Australia. Um, no, I think it would just be a very proud moment. I mean, it would be like a full circle in my life. Started my life in Australia. Now I'm kind of playing against them. Um, but end of the day, I have a lot to thank for being in this country. Because obviously under 19, the journey that I've made, things I've learned. Maybe I could argue saying if I was in Australia, I might not be as good of a player as I am here now. Maybe because of the challenges that made me be more, like work harder to get where I am. So it's just a give and take. But I do get a chance to play against Australia. I'll do my best to get them out for sure, and then try to win. But obviously, it would be an honor to just represent USA and just
Yeah.
play against Australia. There's just nothing like it if that happens.
Yeah. Karthik, one more question. I read online that you got trained by Rajasthan Royals in 2018. Is that true? And how did that experience go?
Yeah, so a bit of a backstory. There was there's this streaming platform for Hotstar,
Yeah.
and they were I believe they're just trying to make a show on cricket because this is right after the World Cup, if I'm not wrong. And they wanted to get the America, try to involve American cricketers and see how they fare. And so I had the chance to be one of those six. Hence the name of the show, US Six, The Homecoming. And we had a chance to travel with the kind of the journey of with the Rajasthan Royals and kind of see them train hand in hand and like see how big of a at that time of a like a skill gap or whatever you want to call it from what I had then to now. And then seeing up close, you realize like they're just people as well. They people treat them like gods as well, but really they're just great people just like us. They like to just enjoy, just chit chat, and just do their thing. So um it was training. Yeah, we did train with the Artisan Rose team, but we also did travel and do some other activities for the show as well, which was really cool and fun. But that experience with the Artisan Rose was really, really nice. I mean, getting up and close personal with people like Rahane, Shane Warne, when he was with the team, and just talking to them was, yeah, it's really nice, like, reminiscing about those times. It's incredible. It's really nice.
Yeah. Sorry. One other favorite player of yours is Shane Warne. So how did it feel to learn from the great of a spinner like himself? Did you learn anything special? Like I know, I mean, just being with him is a special thing, but did you
Mhm.
try to learn anything, any new skill from him?
Not particularly. I think at that time I was too nervous to ask questions about anything. I was just kind of just there, if he says anything, I'll just try to listen, all that. But I think he was just a great app. He's also, I think, when he was there, he seemed as someone that was like very player oriented. Trying to make the player feel friendly, getting good, good with the environment, making sure that he's getting the best out of the players and that sort of thing. So maybe those are small things I picked up like that. But unfortunately, I didn't get to ask him any questions. But my I guess if I had a chance, like you could say not a role model, but someone that I really admire as a bowler is actually Daniel Vittori from New Zealand. So that's if I get a chance to do talk to him, that'd be nice. I'd like to see what his takes are on some things. Maybe the grip or something. Just to talk with him, that'd be nice.
Yeah, you did say Daniel Vettori is your like one person
Yeah.
you want to learn. So I hope you do go to maybe you said KKR is your favorite team, but maybe you do go to Hyderabad also. I mean, any team in IPL, I feel like is a special thing, and I hope you do get
Yeah.
to play in IPL.
Oh, that's how I think that's the big one of the big goals I have playing in the IPL. If I that's what most cricketers
Yeah,
nowadays are working towards, and I'm also one of them. And the dream is becoming more and more of a possibility. So it's just hopefully if I just keep sticking to my process, that hopefully takes me there someday.
I mean,
And
definitely, yeah.
we'll
Yeah, you can go.
No, just saying, to finish off, like, maybe I will get a chance to meet with Dan Victoria, and then I'll pick his brain as much as I can.
Yeah, definitely. You've been putting in all the hard work, the hard yards, and we're seeing the results. And
Mhm.
if you keep going like this, keep putting in the hard work, we definitely see a future in the IPL, in the USA team, and even bigger stages. So yeah, all the best for that. And we're looking forward to just see your growth and just your career just keep on growing and becoming bigger and bigger.
yeah, Karthik. Same from my
Thank you,
side.
guys.
Hope your cricketing journey gets better and from here on, and I hope to see you in better positions and be a great player. And that's it. Really admire you.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. No, it's nice. As soon as I saw that you guys are from U today, I really wanted to connect with you guys. I think it's nice. The college has given me so much through the sport as well. So yeah, I hope you guys also be bigger and better, and you guys, maybe you guys be one of the commentators in MLC. You never know. So it'd be nice. It'd be nice. You
Hey,
start somewhere as well.
Like you
Yeah.
said,
absolutely.
there's like I asked you about a future question in T20 World Cup. This is like a future thing. First, we need to get into MLS.
I mean, Karthik, we were monitoring like whether you would get in the playing 11 for the entire season, and then finally in the last day of the year, we're like, I got a text from one of these guys that Karthik's in the playing 11, and we're like, no way! We're so excited to watch your debut because you're a UTD guy, and just in relation to that, we hope you get a lot more chances next year. You showed what you can do
Mhm,
in that last game of the season,
mhm.
and we wish you nothing but the best. We can't wait to watch you going forward.
No, thanks, guys. No, it's the support that matters. All the more, it keeps me going that much further as well. But yeah, thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for your time, man. We really appreciate you. And take care. We wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
that,
Yep.
all the best. Thank you very much.
with that, I think we'll end this fun conversation we had with Karthik. Thanks for joining us, Karthik, and see you next time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank
thank
you,
you.
guys.
Thanks.
Bye.